Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be a product update video on the current status of the TS100 portable soldering iron. Now this one I got a while back, and I have been using it more and more often because now it's imprinted in my mind that I do have a portable soldering iron. And the last couple days is where it really shined for me, other than the fact that when I have to go fix a quadcopter in the field. But this thing truly shined the other day for me while I was fixing up or tuning or just refixing my 3D printer just to have it fully tuned and just prepared for our future projects, as well as building the CNC machine that I just recently got for the shop. Now what happened is sometimes I'm a bit too rough on electronics, and I actually ripped off the wires off the end stops and I had to resolder them. Now I couldn't take my big ass soldering station everywhere or bring my 3D printer here. I just didn't want to. That's just a headache. And then I remembered I had this guy again. I completely forgot. I just remember him in the field, and I just took a LiPo, put it in my back pocket, walked around, soldered the wires, done. It's just, it's magic. I don't know how to tell you. This is just insane. You know, for me personally, and anyone who has a shop, I do highly recommend you pick one of these up. I mean, even in the field, this soldering iron saved my ass many times. For example, one time for some reason I didn't solder one of these signal wires from my ESCs correctly. With this guy, 5 minutes, I was done. Other than that, if it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have been able to fly that quad for another 4 days. So this thing is a must-have in my opinion. Also, I purchased a cheaper one the other day. I don't know if you guys seen it. I tried to use it in the field to install a low ESR capacitor. I just couldn't. I think it was too cold or too windy or something, or just couldn't keep the pressure, or maybe I didn't understand the gauges correctly, but it just really annoyed me. It wouldn't do anything. So for me, the clear winner is this guy. The reason why I actually also got this guy is because I didn't want to take him to the field and ruin him, because he was kind of expensive. It wasn't really expensive, but you know, I really like it, so I don't want to ruin it. But at the end, I need something that works, and I'm just taking this guy. That's it, you know. Overall, the TS100, in my opinion, is a must-have. It's been performing insanely beautiful. For example, the other day, when I was building my CNC machine, I accidentally put the wrong wires in the instruction mode. But you know, there were two split wires basically. One was longer and one was shorter. I mixed them. And, you know, I already built the CNC machine. I was not going to take that whole CNC machine apart to just change the wires. So I just said, you know what, I'll just cut the wires, solder it, and it should be perfect length. So I was not going to, there was no way I could bring my CNC machine here. And there was no way I was going to start unplugging and removing everything around my soldering station and take it over there and start doing that. And, you know, this just immediately, you know, just LiPo, back pocket, stuck the power in, held it in my hand for a couple seconds, soldered the wire, I was done. It was just, it's a must-have. It really is a must-have. It'll cut down time and effort into fixing things in a proper way, which I was really impressed. And I just remember another thing. I had to also solder below the CNC machine. That thing is pretty damn heavy. So what I did is I put 2 quadcopter frames to lift it up, and then I brought it off the table a little bit, and then I just started soldering from below the CNC machine with this guy. And I wouldn't have been able to do that with my soldering station. I could if I really wanted to, but that's a huge headache. Find power, make sure that the electricity is gonna reach there. No, this thing is just a lifesaver. It can do up to, I think, 16 gauge pretty good, but no, not 16. Yeah, 16 is okay. But you're gonna need a different tip. I'm just talking about this little tiny one here. But you can purchase separate tips for this, and they are proprietary. That's the only really downside to this. And I haven't even scratched the surface, you know. It takes a wide range of voltage. It's so universal that it's just insane. And one of the best features kind of for me is that when it sits down, there's no way in hell that's going to be touching the table. So it reduces the chances of you burning something or catching something on fire. So whenever I finished it, I just placed it down like this. Just make sure nothing's around it, obviously. And just let it cool down. It'll cool down pretty quick. Heats up very fast. What else can it do? It has upgradable firmware. You can have some crazy ass options in there, but I just left mine default. It works beautiful default. I don't even want to bother. That's it. You know, you plug it in. It says press the button so it could turn on. So it doesn't turn on by mistake. You just click that button. It'll just boot up and get to that voltage the temperature you want to set it to. overall, I think this guy is just really needed an update video, because it's just been so useful and so reliable. And you know, you could even build a whole quad with this, I'm pretty sure, and we're actually going to be testing that very soon on the channel. But overall, you know, my opinion is this is really a must-have around the shop, or you know, when you go flying. It's truly a must-have. The other day I ripped my I pinched my receiver wire and it ripped, and if it wasn't for this, that's it, that quad would have been grounded. And it's a must-have, you know. It's a no-brainer. I am trying to get cheaper ones, see if anyone could really compete. This one really didn't work out that well for me. I mean, it works okay, but you know, I don't think for me it didn't work out, but I'll give it another chance. So this was a little bit cheaper one, but overall, this is the clear winner in my book. I take this everywhere. It's just insane. I mean, for example, your car, you could fix anything. It's just insane. You just walk, just make sure you obviously have some solder with you, and you're good to go. You are good to go. You can even plug this inside your car's battery. You just make a little adapter, and then you can just start soldering. How awesome is that? That's just absolutely insane. Look how tiny it is. It's so tiny. It is insanely tiny. What is this? 10 centimeters in width here, and in length around maybe 15 centimeters. Or around 20. Yeah, around 20. It's tiny. It's tiny. It's a tiny little guy. Overall, I think he just deserved another video, and that's it. And that's going to conclude it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider joining my Patreon, help me support this channel. We do have a lot of great big DIY projects coming on. We're going to be doing frame modifications. I do have some ESCs still on the way. Customs has just been very annoying with me. They're just catching everything, and they're taking forever to release these stuff for me. So I do have a couple ESCs coming in. I do have more testing on the Tico 4-in-1 ESC also. I did get a new oscilloscope. Siglin provided me with a new oscilloscope, which is a 4-channel oscilloscope. So now we can even test latency on Fat Shark modules, and all this stuff will be documented. And yeah, so consider joining my Patreon. You would really support this channel. It would really help the channel. And if you could also use the affiliate links down below. Those greatly support the channel. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. See you guys. Take care.